Hey guys, RawrxT here, bringing you another ranked in-depth gameplay with Vayne this time. Now, Vayne is a short-ranged AD carry, and you really have to play her mobile in order to do successful against decent players. You don't want to stand still because she's really adept at dodging skill shots, and which Varus has a lot of. So we're starting off. Varus Soraka combo bottom is really scary against Vayne, especially since Vayne has a really bad early game. Her laning phase isn't the best out of all the AD carries, and Soraka Varus, that's pretty much just like he can just keep shooting at me, and I can't really do much about that. So yeah, my plan is to play really carefully. I'm not gonna be aggressive, despite the fact that I have a Blitzcrank, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose. Early game, the thing is, early game your skills don't really do that much damage compared to other AD carries. Other AD carries usually have that like a skill shot of some sort, which can let you do damage without really getting into attack range. And even if you do get into attack range, it's not gonna matter much because my skills don't scale as great. So we just got into a bit of a fight. They thought about invading. I don't know why, since we have a Blitzcrank and that was really dangerous for them, but whatever. Probably because we have a Fiddlesticks, and Fiddlesticks without blue in the jungle is pretty tough. So I'm picking that bottom bush because I figure they might try again. So I'm telling Blitzcrank to go there and try hooking that bottom bush, but he doesn't really get the message across. I don't really get the message across, and nothing really happens, so it's okay. Starting off normally, just auto-attacking the blue buff for him, queuing, auto-attacking. So what you want to do is, in lane, is to use your Q for two things, dodging and last hitting. So dodging, obviously you're going to want to dodge your skill shot so you can stay in lane longer, and last hitting, if you see two minions are low, you can auto-attack the first one and then Q to tumble for the second one. Now let's see if I do a good job of dodging. No, I fail. I think this was the one where I was really lazy and didn't really feel like dodging everything. It's kind of like I saw it coming, but I for some reason I didn't react or whatever. That's just me with my mechanical skills being bad. So normal laning phase. Here we go. Let's see if I can combo Q. There we go. So that's what I meant about you're gonna want to use your Q best hit. I'm hoping that Blitzcrank doesn't pull anyone because we're probably gonna lose the fight. Oh, dodged. Notice how I dodged to the left there. If I dodged to the right, I probably would have gotten hit. But that was just lucky. I'm not really that good enough to predict exactly where it's gonna go. So normal laning phase, Blitzcrank kind of zoning them, but it's not really working since they have more minions. Unnecessary tumble there since he was gonna miss anyways. And he hooks, but if he did, I probably wouldn't have committed as much. So yeah, just laning. I want to get this cannon minion. I do. Good. Varus going for Blitzcrank. So yeah, normal laning phase. Let's see the matchup. We're up against a Soraka, Anivia, Nautilus, Kayle, and Varus. Now, I expect Kayle to build a little, mostly AD, if not on hit. I failed dodge there. Nautilus is probably just going to build tanky, Anivia AP as usual. I'm a bit surprised that Soraka got heal instead of exhaust. I would have expected him to get exhaust first. Got to get exhaust for the lane, but whatever. I dodged into that skill shot, which was bad. So, yeah. Let's see. Oh, skill order. I ended up getting E for my at level 2 because I wanted, just in case Nautilus ganked early, I would have been able to push him away. And you're probably not going to end up using your W so early anyway, so it's not going to matter. Also, you really want to know how to last hit under tower. That's a really important skill to have. If you don't, you're probably not going to be ready for your ranked games. because especially as Vayne, you're going to be under your tower a lot if you're playing. I mean, not correctly, but you know, if you're playing passive, which you should be, you're probably going to be under tower. Especially against such an aggressive laner like Varus. See, even though it's our lane that's pushing, creeps are pushing by them due to the fact that they get there earlier. Despite that fact, Varus is still pushing harder than us, somewhat. Yeah. So I stick to the bush, no reason why. Especially since the brush is warded. And nothing really exciting going on. My plan for later on is to start getting aggressive once I get Phantom Dancer and once I hit level 6. Once I hit level 6, I can start to get sort of aggressive. I don't want to get, like, I'm not going to be as aggressive as I normally would be. If he hooks that Varus there, that would have been bad. I don't know what he's doing. But, yeah, I'm going to be playing passive until I get level 6. At that point, I'm going to be confident that I can at least sort of fight 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 2 them. It's going to be really hard though, so I'm not gonna look for it. But if I have to, I could. Whoa, taking a big chunk out of my health there. Do I back here? No, I'm not. Okay. So yeah. Oh, Nautilus is coming up. I don't dodge it, unfortunately. For some reason, Blitzcrank pulled him closer. I barely survived there. Blitzcrank may be getting out. I pop my health potion just in case I have to turn around on them. Especially since Nautilus is getting so greedy. Oh, God. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't notice the rocket there. Because I thought about like doing some damage, maybe kiting Nautilus, but not gonna happen. I see Varus. I don't know what he's doing, but since he has a Soraka, it's not really gonna matter. So I just back, get my first items. I get a Vampiric Scepter because I need to sustain, and I get Berserker's Greaves so I can dodge shit, and I get 3 health pots for more sustain. So going back into the lane, Gragas headed down, I guess because of that blue buff that they might be contesting, but they're not going to. So heading back into the lane, I'm still level 5, so I'm not ready to go hard yet. So remember what I said in my blog video about attack walking? Well, that's really important for Vayne. You're going to want to attack walk just so you can keep up with your opponents. So if you can see my last video, attack walking is pretty much just attacking once, and then moving in between shots. Fail dodge there. So you can't also about last hitting with your E. You can use your E to last hit, but only if you're you really shouldn't. But if they're back and you're still in lane and you want to push the lane, you can use it then. But unless you're sure that you're not going to get jumped on, you probably shouldn't waste it, especially since they have such a high cooldown. So laning is normal. Getting last hits. He's level 6 now, so I don't want to engage on him yet, especially since I'm level 5. He's going to do much more damage than me, so I'm not ready to go aggressive yet. Fiddlestick's getting first blood. I didn't even know Fiddlesticks could be useful in any way, but I guess he was. Finally, I get level 6. I kind of get a... Yep, I get aggressive here. Okay. I tried to knock him into that wall, but instead of that Blitzcrank hooks him. Bad for me. I decided to go in here because I see Soraka wasn't in lane to help soon enough, so yeah, we get that kill. I see Soraka getting aggressive on me for some reason. You don't do damage though, so I don't really see the point. We get the kill on her easily. That was pretty silly of her, honestly, but whatever. They're lost, right? So just cleaning up the creeps and then heading back. I I saw a Nautilus somewhere, so I wasn't really too afraid of them coming and gank me while I was recalling. So, first item, 2 Dorans. Okay, so I just want to get this to be a little more tankier in lane, so that I can survive fights and stuff. That fight normally isn't what I would normally get. Like, I normally wouldn't get such an easy kill there, but yeah, I guess he was overconfident. Yeah, and Soraka probably shouldn't have left. He probably shouldn't have been so pushed forward with Soraka gone. So, Blitzcrank headed back. I probably should play safe here. I see Nautilus there, and I see him leave. So I'm confident that I can push without him sneaking up on me, unless he goes a long way around. I see he's still in the bush, so I'm kind of trying to waste this time here by being somewhat aggressive by showing myself, you know. So yeah, he hasn't moved yet. So if I see him move out of that bush, I'm definitely gonna run back to my tower. And I see him go down, and back in the bush. He's really wasting his time here. I don't know what he's doing. I see Fiddlesticks coming up, so I kind of want to bait this. So I'm getting ready to, especially since he's level 7. I'm sure Fiddlesticks can ult now. I tumble for last hit. Yada yada. So oh, Nautilus coming in. So this is what I do. I shoot Varus back, and then I try to hit the closest person, which happens to be Nautilus. And then I see Fiddlesticks going in, so I'm like, okay, I can probably go ball deep now. Nautilus is too far, but now instead I go for him. I get the last hit off of Soraka, finish off Nautilus, and this is where I make my mistake. I was confident that Fiddlesticks would come help me, but I see instead Fiddlesticks gets zoned off by Anivia. So normally that would have been a kill, but whatever. Fiddlesticks was I didn't expect that. And I was pretty aggressive there. I probably should have just gone back and cut my losses. No problem. I ended up getting 2 kills. So I get my Zeal, get building towards my Phantom Dancer. Now I know a lot of people like to start off with Bloodthirster first, or maybe even Infinity Edge. I like to start off with Zeal first and into Phantom Dancer because of my W passive. With a heightened attack speed, I can do much more damage than intended. I mean, it scales better off of my W. I mean, with attack speed. That's my thought process behind that. So yeah, just going back into lane. Even though I don't have my Phantom Dancer, since I have my Zeal, I'm pretty confident that I can win most fights, especially since I'm 3-1. And that pretty much means I essentially won my lane, because normally Vaynes don't do so well early game. So not only the fact that I'm 3-1, usually you can win the lane just by not dying and keeping up in CS with the other carry. Because if the other carry didn't shut you down in lane, if the other jungler didn't shut you down in lane, then you're gonna scale much better in the late game as Vayne. So as Vayne, you don't really have to get as many kills as I did early game. But since I did, I'm definitely gonna just take off now. You'll see what I mean. I take off so much that I was debating whether I shouldn't use this gameplay, since this wasn't a typical Vayne gameplay where I do somewhat well. Instead, I dominate, which is, I don't know whether it's good because you don't see many mistakes, but whatever. So yeah, Blitzcrank getting aggressive, trying to zone. I tell him to ward that bottom bush because Nautilus has been ganking from there a lot. If you've noticed, he's snuck up to that through the bottom bush. But instead, the bad part is we don't get to see the river, and instead Nautilus takes advantage of that and comes from there. So I flash away so I can get in position better. If you see here, I'm about to die, but I've managed to tumble just in time so that makes me untargetable, and I get the last hit off of Varus. So it was a 1-for-1 exchange. Probably wasn't that good of an exchange on my part since I was doing better and I didn't need to die. But I guess he won that exchange there. So it was bad on my part for sticking around, especially since Blitz didn't have a ward for that. So Nautilus is wasting his time here. Even if he managed to land that hook, Blitzcrank probably would have gotten away. So I'm heading back into lane. Not much to buy yet since I couldn't afford my Phantom Dancer. So yeah, let's see. So what's your thought of what's your guys' thoughts on video games and such? Because like I'm at this point, I'm trying to, since college is starting up, school is starting up again, I'm trying to cut away from my addiction of video games. Oh, real quick, I see Soraka headed down, so I'm gonna try and get him against that tree there, which I managed to land. I probably could have ulted her out sooner since this is a definite kill, but whatever, I get the kill anyways. So yeah, I was planning on, if she was smart, she would have just gone around the long way, but since she was lazy, I ended up managing to get that stun off of her and allowing me to land that kill, which was, since she's squishy, pretty easy. So yeah, video games. What are you guys' thoughts on, like, should you guys be allowed to play on when you guys have school? My parents, especially, don't want me to play when there's school. I'm going away for college, so they can't really have that much say in it. But like, I kind of agree with them because last semester, I did a terrible because of my video game addiction, especially League of Legends. This is what I ended up doing. I ended up skipping Calculus 1 because I took pre-calc in high school, and I was like, oh, I could probably handle this. In the end, I missed the first test, which is bad if you know anything about college, and ended up getting a really bad grade in calculus. So yeah, I got my Phantom Dancer, so I'm pretty aggressive. I know I can play pretty aggressive. I get I auto attack, and you see me attack walking because I try to dodge everything, but I don't. I fail that. Nautilus is getting pretty aggressive. Varus misses that for some reason. I managed to get the 3 hits off of him, and kill Nautilus too because he sucks. See, this is what I mean about taking off. Despite the fact that was in the beginning 3v1, I still managed to come out ahead with the help of Fiddlesticks at the end, which I probably didn't really need much help. But yeah, once you get that Phantom Dancer, as long as if you're really ahead, you're really gonna start taking off, and you should know that you're gonna take off, because if you don't take advantage of that fact, you might start losing out. So yeah, unfortunately, that starts making me hyper aggressive. Like I stay in situations where I'm probably gonna get ganked by the enemy jungle, which I'll point out later on. So, but yeah, once you get your Phantom Dancer, you're really strong, luckily. And you can probably be as strong, even with like a Bloodthirster, but I prefer Phantom Dancer because it allows me to move around so much. So, yeah, I see Fiddlesticks in the bush waiting. He probably should have feared at that point or ulted in at that point. Instead, he's gonna try and go into the tower. I get the stun off, and I manage to do really tons of damage on him. I position myself to get the kill off of him, and I one hit Soraka so that I can get the assist off. And then Nautilus comes out of nowhere, and I die. That probably could have ended better if Fiddlesticks simply went in before we got to the tower, but whatever. I got kill and assist, so I got shut down though, so Nautilus got that. Nautilus ended up getting the killing spree thing, but he's a tank, so I'm not really gonna be too scared. He's just gonna spend it on damage. On health and or armor, and I could probably just work around that. So yeah, all lanes are doing fairly well, especially since Nautilus has been ganking bot mostly, and it hasn't been paying off simply because I got fed early. So my mistake. I missed something important here. So I'm coming down, 1950 to 20 minutes. So I'm at 20 minutes here. I'm coming down. I see Varus alone. So since I've been doing so well, I know I can own him immediately. But I should have been more careful with my E. Notice how I knocked him away. Now I'm out of range, and he manages to snare me and almost kill me, despite the fact that I'm so ahead. So that's why you should be careful with your E, because if I wasn't so fed, I probably would have died really easily there. So yeah, I see Anivia and Nautilus coming down, so I recall immediately. Luckily, they don't find me. But yeah, if I hadn't knocked Varus away, that probably would have been an easier kill. But because I knocked him away, he was able to get the snare off of me and outrange me for like a good 3 seconds. And that I outplayed myself there. It should have been an easier kill, where I take little to no damage. But instead, since I screwed up, almost died. Luckily, I managed to lifesteal off creeps with my Bloodthirster. I'm playing a little aggressive here, mainly because I know I can. Creep blocked a little, and Nautilus pulls me in, which is pretty stupid. But I'm gonna kite back. He ults me. I get pretty low. Doesn't matter. I don't have my ult up yet, I don't think. But yeah, I see they come over down and clean up. I'm gonna try and this lifesteal off creeps here, and I want to stay in this fight because I know we can get the kills. So I'm just gonna lifesteal off the creeps. Unfortunately, I'm too far away to be of any use, so I'm just gonna keep last hitting creeps. So yeah. So yeah, video games. Do you guys think you should be able to play on during school, or do you guys think that like, ooh, good steal? You guys think you should be able to like? I mean, you should find a balance. I feel like that would be a better way of controlling my addiction. Better way of controlling an addiction. Like if I limit myself to maybe 1 ranked game or 2 ranked games a day, and just study the rest of the time, then maybe I would do better. So I ping red because I know it's up. I tell him to go after it, and I come in and it's gone. So whatever. Let's chill out in the bush for a bit. I see Varus bottom, so we're gonna go gank him. Especially since I know easy kills, right? He's going back. I go in. I'm not gonna E him away like last time, but instead he just manages to snare me and run away. We're all gonna go for him. Due to my Phantom Dancer, I'm able to easily catch up to him even if he flashes away, especially since it was such a bad flash. Yeah. Kale here, he manages to make my job easier by flashing next to me on top, and I'm able to bump him into the wall easily. I wasn't sure whether I should fight that at first because I wasn't sure. I wasn't paying attention that much at top, and I wasn't sure whether he was fed or not, or how strong he was. So I was a bit cautious there, but I managed to still get off the kill despite the fact that he exhausted me. We're pushing down bottom here because we have the momentum. Kale's dead. Hopefully Blitzcrank can put someone. By the way, this is a ranked game, despite the fact, like, you might not believe it because they're doing so well. I couldn't believe the fact that I was doing so well. They were just really bad. Blitzcrank managed to hook someone, but okay, so and Fiddlesticks ults in with Danya, which is smart. But we only managed to get 1 kill in. Okay, so watch. I see he still has 1 mark left, so I can probably kill him with 1 tumble. So we both flash in, me and Darius, but Darius is much faster than me, unfortunately. And so he gets a kill instead. Call goes out to go back because it was probably 3v2, and we were really low health, so it's smart of us to go back. So yeah, fuck you, Darius. But I keep getting off track here with whole video game conversation. I don't know whether I should, because I know I said that I wanted to, in between the boring parts, I wanted to have some subjective discussion, but I wasn't able to think of one. Like at first, I was thinking about the, you guys know that thing that happened with a chicken restaurant? They were gonna, they had a stance against gay rights or something. I didn't know the details about it too much, but I don't know. I mean, why would you have a stance? I don't know why they would have a stance in the first place. Really, I think the media blew that up much more than they should have, because I mean, it's really no big deal. If they don't like it, then that's their problem. If the only reason why if I was gay, if I was a supporter of gay rights, the only reason why I would like get offended by that is if they provided different service to gays, which I don't know if they did or not, so I can't really pass a judgment there. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that. I mean, they should be allowed. I mean, I think what I heard was that the gay community is, what was it? They're not gonna. What was that thing called? They're protesting in some way, I think, but whatever. I just know that they don't like it, and they're making a big deal out of it, which they don't really need to. I mean, I've never heard of Fillet Chicken in the first place. I get caught here, and I don't want to, so I tumble away, and I just barely managed to get away, luckily. I probably shouldn't have been in front there, but it didn't matter since I just barely managed to get away. I probably should have died there. I deserve to die there. That's what I mean. So yeah, laning phase you don't really have to keep up. It's okay if you miss a few CS so long as you don't die in the early game. But once you get level 6 or above, you start taking off, so that's when you should start playing aggressive and taking advantage of the fact that you're much stronger than them at that point. The game's pretty much over. I'm insanely fed. There's no one on their team that's fed. Anivia's fairly farmed and hasn't been feeding, so I mean, I guess that's good, but it's not really going to make a difference at this point. I see KO, I just go for her. I'm pretty much just rolling because I know I can get a lot of easy kills. I guess it was worded or something, because she just runs away. I see Anivia, so and then she walls and she sees me, so I'm just gonna farm these creeps and leave. At this point, it's really, I don't know why they didn't surrender, but whatever. Yeah. I probably should have gotten different gameplay instead of this one, but because this one was kind of, I didn't really get to show, like Vayne in a even fight, you know? I probably should just find another gameplay and redo it. I don't know. So I see red buff is up, so I'm gonna sneak into the enemy jungle again. Go all James Bond and shit. Oh, and I know that they're gonna go for dragon, so I thought that they were gonna go through here. And I see Anivia, so I knock her into the wall. KO unfortunately comes to help, so I leave. I stay and fight a bit, but just in case, I have my flash up just in case. I see Anivia, but I flashed too late. She managed to get her E off on me, so that was bad on my part. I probably should have flashed away sooner. But whatever. Like I said, I'm really fed. It's gonna be pretty hard for me to throw this at this point. What to talk about? I know. You guys should. I mean, this is probably really lazy on my part, but if you can, come up with a list of discussions or topics that you guys want me to talk about. I don't know, because I really don't know what to. I really don't know what to talk about in the boring parts of the game. because at this point you're fed. It's gonna be pretty hard to screw this up if you're this fed. And team fights haven't, like 5v5 fights haven't been happening as much because it's kind of mid game where everyone's just kind of confused, especially in this Halo. They don't know that they should probably group up and push mid, group Baron desperately for their team. I mean, not us, since we've been grouping up so they haven't been. They're going to Baron, and you get it. No context at all. Okay, I'm wandering into this bush to see if there was anyone trying to come here. Like I said, I haven't seen anyone wandering, so I ult early, and he gets the good, nice piece of wall, and can't catch up, or whatever. I go down to here because I expect them to come through here, especially since they're pushing. Then I see Anivia, and I don't get the wall off, the stun off the wall, so I get ulted on. I know I'm gonna die if I just stick around. That was really bad on my part. I probably shouldn't have stayed in that enemy jungle without either wards or like teammates nearby, because it's their jungle, so you should expect other people to be in it, other than just that one person you got. So I gave a Baron buff there. I'm still not too worried, mainly because I still have. We're just so far ahead. So yeah, once you get to this point, it's really, really easy. You just skirt around the outskirts of the team fight. One never does happen. I don't know if one does. So yeah, this is what you should do in team fights. You should automatically go for their carry, because late game you can most of the time you can burst them down much easier than they can hit you. Just don't knock them away and let them outrange you like I did. You should be able to get them behind them fairly easy. If it's like, if you guys are coming at each other straight ahead, you probably shouldn't dive in immediately. You should stay on the outskirts of the fight, waiting to, like, hitting the nearest person. If someone's focusing you, try and get away and like just knock them away with your E. You should save your E to knock away whoever's focusing you to. If it's against a decent team, like against Malphite and Jax or something, against decent Malphite and Jax players, you're gonna see them automatically like just ult you and try and focus you first if they're smart. So what you should do in that situation is that you shouldn't show yourself at all until you've seen that Malphite is ulted, or you should try and get around like them. Hopefully your team can win without them using their ults. So I mean, it would be a 4v5, but they wouldn't be doing as much damage as they would be with their ult sub and stuff. So I mean, I don't know if I explained that well enough, but yeah. We're just dancing around mid now. Honestly, awesome hook by Blue Strength, well done. But honestly, Darius should just be tanking this and pushing this tower down. Honestly, there's no reason to wait that long. But whatever. When you're in a ranked game, you really I mean, it's okay to get, it's normal to get mad at your team for being bad, but really you should just since you're not going to be seeing them again, most likely, you should worry about improving yourself other than your team. Like, if you call them out on being bad, then that's like time spent away from noticing what you've done bad yourself. And that's, I mean, ELO, I'm not saying ELO hell doesn't exist, because there are a lot of people that say it doesn't exist. There are plenty of people who just leave or just pick stupid things, like, and then do terribly. But and I agree with that. There's like, people would leave, and it's pretty hard to carry a 4v5. But like, if your team isn't doing well, don't blame the game's losses on that, because you probably could have done something better yourself. And that's what you're trying. That's what you're playing ranked games for. You're trying to improve yourself. Oh, so team fight happened. I flash away because I got focused by Nautilus, and I didn't want to be in front. Olivia flashes in. I'm guessing to try and go for me, but she got feared and focused immediately. So triple kill. I'm just dancing here, showing off. Trying to bait KO out of her fountain. I think they surrender here now.
Hitting me is like
Can't remember.
shadows.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I guess they don't. Whatever. So yeah, I was just dancing around because we were gonna win. I don't know. I think I should just scrap this. This is pretty bad. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, but I'll bring it up to Alfred. Sure. First. GG.
So guys, if you liked the video, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to the Sorto33 channel, and leave us a comment about which champion you want to see next. See you guys next time.